This is the referral close. Now, this is one of the most powerful closing techniques because not only will it work with all your other closing techniques, the other 24 closing techniques that we've used so far, this will get you more prospects and more leads. And that will keep the pipeline growing, it'll keep the managers happy, it'll keep ourselves happy, it'll keep the pipeline growing, and it'll help us to be less desperate as salespeople. One of the major reasons why people don't buy is when they can sense desperation. I've been desperate before. I've recorded interviews of myself where the one word when I watch the interviews back is desperation. And when you're desperate, you're not going to get it. You need to be confident. Understand you're going to get it. You don't need it. It's going to happen. And when you have that confident expectation, things will start to happen. And that essentially is what the referral close weaves in. So imagine, some salespeople like to use this before you close. So Grant Cardone essentially says, if you use a referral close before you ask for the order, in the minds of the prospect, they're now more likely to think that you, once you've got referrals, people that the client is referring to you as potential customers, once you've got that, they could think that they're more likely to get a better deal. Now, you should do this when you have a good prospect. You should do this when you have a poor prospect. You should do this at all times. Now, the reason for that is the person you're speaking to might be a poor prospect, but they might know someone who's perfect. If the person you're speaking to is the perfect prospect, even better. They might know somebody who is exactly in the same situation as them. Now, what the referral close is, it's you asking the prospect if they know anybody who you could speak to, that your solution that you've just had a conversation with, or you're having the conversation with and about now, who else could use this? Now, typically, the reason that this is powerful is when we're talking to B2B people, imagine you're talking to chief communication officers, chief marketing officers, chief sales officers, chief IT officers, whoever, managers, directors, whoever, whatever level, they are likely to know others at their same level. So you're leveraging the network effect. So one way that you can do this is you can say, excuse me, Mr. Prospect, Mrs. Prospect, before we get into this any deeper, do you know anybody else in your situation that would be a suitable prospect to use this solution? They might say yes, they might say no. An even more powerful way of asking is saying, excuse me, Mr. Prospect, Mrs. Prospect, could you give me the names of 2 or 3 people that you think this solution would also add value to? Now, because you're doing the alternate close here, and you're giving them an option between 1 or 2 or 3, essentially, people will always choose the smaller option. They'll say, okay, yes, I can give you 2 referrals. You say, okay, great, 2 referrals, fantastic. What are their names? And say, okay, it's Dave Smith and Peter Jones. Well, okay, perfect. Now, what's the best email address for these guys? And you say, okay, great, you write that down. Say, perfect. You say, who, out of these 2, who should I call first? They might say, and at this point they will name the person that they're closest to. They'll say, call Dave first. You say, okay, great, I'll call Dave. What is Dave's number? Now, at this point, you might think, oh my God, I'm bugging this guy. Don't worry, don't allow your own internal monologue to ruin a perfectly good referral technique. You say, what's the best number for Dave? You get Dave's number, fantastic, bingo. Now, this is where, after you've got all these confirmations, you're going to go one step further. Now, you might feel a little bit awkward asking this, but don't worry about it. You can always bail if it doesn't work, but if you AAFTO, always ask for the order, you'll always know that you did as much as you could do. So this is when you say, okay, great, that's Dave's number, that's Dave's name, what does he do, all that you know all that information now. Would you be able to give Dave a call for me now and tell him that I'm going to contact him and come on his way? They might say, yeah, okay, I'll give him a call. I'll give him a call. Now, one of the reasons why this is so powerful is when you're doing a cold call i.e. approaching someone out of the blue and they have no idea who you are, what you do, and that kind of stuff. It's hard, it's tough, it's the toughest part of the sales call. It happens and we need to do it. But with a referral, what you're doing is, rather than coming in cold and establishing that credibility, you're getting essentially the halo effect. You're getting the reflective glow of the person you're speaking to's reputation, and you're going to get that as a shield with that other person. So when that person calls their friend to say, hey, Joe's going to be calling on you, he sells this product and service, you say, great. Now, that new prospect is not cold anymore. They're warm. And they're going to be treating you with the same respect that they would show this person, this friend, this colleague, this whatever. And that's one of the reasons that this is so powerful. Because not only do you not have to work as hard, you still have to work hard, guys, but you're going to be getting the privilege and the benefit of the referral. So if we can do this with every sales conversation, every cold call, at the end of the cold call, excuse me, do you know anyone else that this would be useful for? It might not be useful to you, but do you know anyone else who would like to save money? Or do you know anyone else who's interested in maximizing their future and XYZ? Do you know anyone else who's interested in, marketing and getting the best results and the best click-through rates? Do you know anybody who's interested in getting the best public relations and the best exposure for their brand at the moment? And that's when they give you the message. You can tailor this for almost any single industry. Now, why it's so powerful is because even as a new salesperson in a new space, in a new sector, you can start to work off referrals, some of the creme de la creme of the leads world. Now, when you start to work off referrals, it means that life's a little bit easier for you and you're generating your own referrals from the prospects that you're speaking to. You could say something along the lines of, Mr. Prospect, Mrs. Prospect, I know you're not in the position to make a purchasing decision today, but could you give me the names of 2 or 3 people that you think would be interested in this product or solution, that would be interested in taking advantage of this offer? Now, you can ask them, probably it's better to ask them for the phone numbers at the start. So you get the names, how do you spell that name? So do you happen to have the phone numbers handy for them? Say, which of these prospects should I call first? Now, they're going to take the easier option, 2 referrals out of 3. They're going to list the people that are top of mind and front and center for them. And then when you ask who you should call first, they're going to choose their best, closest connection. Now, the reason that referral is powerful is because you've got all the credibility of the person who is referring you. The reason that referral is powerful is because you've got all the credibility of the person who is referring you. And credibility, the amount that the prospect believes you, is the critical part of the buying process. You need 100% credibility before the prospect will make a decision to buy. When you get a referral, you already start off with 90% credibility. Now, always ask for a referral, and if you possibly can, never leave a conversation, a prospecting call, without at least 2 referrals. Now, another way that you can use this technique is go back to all the people that you've sold previously that you have connections with and ask them if they're happy with the service, if they're still using it, all that stuff, quick, be a human part of the call. Then after you've satisfied all the desires and all that kind of stuff, then you can step into that final piece, which is all about asking them, excuse me, would you happen to know anybody else that would be interested in using this solution? Now, I know a salesperson that uses this to get half of his leads for the year. He makes half of the sales that he needs to make in a year off the back of servicing the customers he's already sold to, making sure they're happy, and then getting referrals from them.
Any person who's been in selling for more than 90 days should be working off of referrals.
One of the things that I love that Brian Tracy says is anybody that's been working in sales for more than 90 days should be working off referrals. Self-generated referrals.
Almost 100% of the time. Referrals that people give you, or referrals that come to you as a result of good things that you've done in the marketplace, are worth their weight in gold.
And these are worth their weight in gold. Thank you for watching, guys. This has been our 25 closing techniques. So we've smashed it, hit it out of the park. We've been doing one every single day. Brian Tracy is a master closer. Now what we're going to do, we're going to be going on to Zig Ziglar. We're going to be going through Zig Ziglar's closing techniques, some of the best methods that he's used in his career. And if you like audiobooks, self-development, and all that kind of good mindset, affirmations, all that kind of good stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button and we'll be doing more content every single day. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's get into this. Hi guys, thanks for coming to my channel. This is where we're going to be looking at audiobooks and how we can improve what we can do and what we can learn from some of the best audiobooks in the world. And I want to let you in on a little secret. If you're not a fast reader, I'm not either. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be conquering that with audiobooks. We can listen to the audiobooks. I'll show you how, and if you have any questions, let me know. So let's get into this. I look forward to going on this journey with you.